Hello, good morning, everybody. For those of you that are new to the channel, I'm Johnny Mac, and for those of you that are returning subscribers, welcome back to another New World video. So in today's video, we actually have a series of 3 today, but instead of putting all this into one big video, I'm actually splitting it up into 3 individual videos. I will leave links to the other 2 videos down in the description below, but in this one, we are going to be talking about specifically if it's a good time to return to New World. And in doing so, we're going to be covering the new winter event that is getting ready to come up most likely next week. The date December 14th is what everybody is kind of assuming this new update is going to be dropping for the winter event. And what is interesting to say is that the developers have also put out a bunch of PTR notes on various changes. And as you guys may not have caught in my last video, I was pretty upset, as well as there was a huge backlash from the community in general, but the developers, believe it or not, they actually listened, which was a very refreshing thing. But we're going to be talking about very specifically why the event that's coming up on December 14th is a good time to return to New World, especially for those who haven't hit level 60 yet, such as myself. It is a very good time, and here's why. So let's go ahead and switch on over to this game view. So for those of you that don't know, there is a new winter event coming around December 14th, and in doing so, it works a lot like the Syndicate the faction representatives do, in which you have a shop, right? So in the event, you actually go around and you collect presents, and you collect these little shards from falling meteors, but the shop is what we are most interested in. So in Tier 1, Reveler, you have your various foods. Now, each one of these foods pretty much does the exact same thing, other than give you a different base stat. Like the spiced nog increases constitution by 1 for 25, but that's not what is important. What's important is that it doubles the amount of gleamite. Gleamite falls from these little meteors that only happen at night. So whenever you see this aurora borealis, these meteors fall to the ground and you can go and mine them. But this doubles the amount of gleamite crystals gathered from gleamite shards and chunks. Now, what's interesting is you can take these gleamites and you can go and turn them in and convert them into these tokens. And these tokens is what you use, obviously, to purchase things in the end game event shop. Now, as you can see, whenever you first start, you're around 295. Starts at level 15. But what we're interested in is actually further down here. Now, you can take your coins and you can buy, cosmetics, but the weapons and the armor is what's interesting. So they start at 520. It's a very easy 520, and the stats are very straightforward. They give you a straight base boost of, plus 25 to whatever stat that you're looking for, and you generate 13% more threat on this shield, and you take 4.3 less ice damage. But the cosmetics are actually very nice as far as the actual aesthetics. But, for those of us who haven't hit level 60 yet, this is actually a pretty decent bump to the overall watermark, right? But what's even more interesting, and this is actually to the interest of crafters, is that you can buy these patterns. Now let's go ahead and read. So here's Blizzard's Fury. This pattern is used to create Blizzard's Fury at the appropriate crafting station. It is consumed in the process of Blizzard's Fury's creation. The outcome of this pattern is based on the potential of the crafter. So for those of you crafters who, are able to produce 600 gear score items, here you go. You can produce these patterns. Now, what is noted is that this is a one-time use pattern. It's not one of those, you buy it once and then you always have it. You have to buy this pattern once and it's used once and then it's done and over with. So that gives, a limited exclusivity to the patterns. So be looking for these. These are a really good opportunity for those who are seeking a very unique cosmetic. And it also, as much as I hate to say it, it appeals to the FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. It's a good marketing strategy, and I kind of commend Amazon Game Studios about making this a one-time use pattern. And it's nice that they're not very expensive either. They're only 1 coin. Doesn't take that much to actually farm up, one of those. So pretty cool. Now, some of you might say, well, this isn't really enough to bring me back into the game. I understand that, but this is only just a small part of a much bigger whole, guys. If you've not reached 60 and you know, say maybe you're in that 55 to 60 range, this is a great opportunity because you're going to be grinding this event anyway, and it's a good way to get experience. It's an additional way to weave in something extra to get some extra XP, and you're also doubling over. You're getting cosmetics, you're getting furnishings, stuff like that. So as I said before, I'm going to have links in the description below to my 2 other videos in which we're going to be going into greater detail as to why it's a good time to return. And the one video that I'm most looking forward to you watching is the fact that they actually listened to us, guys. The whole community bonded together and they vocalized the changes that they were making, or at least that they proposed to make in this latest PTR update, was total garbage, and that it alienated crafters as a whole and basically made crafting worthless. Amazon Game Studios listened.
Hey, Johnny. Yeah, you. It's you from the future. Don't forget to tell them to hit that like, subscribe, and give that notification bell a little tickle so that way they get notified when you make future uploads. Your future self thanks you. You're welcome.